This video is in response to a YouTube user who sent me a message about the videos that I posted on the Earth portals and energy doorways. And her username starts with Raven. And Raven asked, well, the bit about asking permission. Well, what happens if you don't ask permission, or you forget to ask permission, or if you ask permission and the answer is no? Do you just go ahead and do the ceremony anyhow, or what you're there intending to do? And this is really an excellent question, because it leads into so many related topics around spirituality and personal development. So thank you, Raven, for asking. So I'll start by saying whenever you're going to get advice or a teaching from anybody, one of the things that you should hear at one point soon in your relationship with this person is, don't believe it just because I say it. We're not here to follow people, and we're not here to just learn kind of neat factoids or whatever. At least that's not what my intention is. So my intention is to put information out there that's real and that can benefit people, and will help you to sit on the throne of your own life, to take your own sovereignty. Those are also key words that you would be hearing from a spiritual teacher. So, with that in mind, here's what I think about permission, going to sacred sites and all that. And this opens up to a very wide topic, which is something that includes a discussion here around a pendulum, interestingly enough. I remember there used to be a BBC television show that was probably broadcast in the States on PBS. It was James Burke and Connections. And he was talking about history and scientific discovery and changes to society, and he would always mix in these different elements. So when we talk about doing ceremony or going to sacred sites and getting permission, the pendulum comes to mind for me. And that is because, first and foremost, what you're doing when you go to a site is that you're seeking to understand something. And that is not seeking as information that's external to you, but information that's self-revealed. Because all true wisdom and all true knowledge is self-revealed. So in order to approach a site, or even just the forest, and to get something out of the experience, the reason that, as a matter of protocol, gaining permission is one of the first things that you get is that what it's really doing is establishing a resonance between you and the site. And that's how pendulums work. A pendulum works because it sets up a resonance between your question or your thought or your desire and itself. And it translates that resonance into motion. So, for instance, this pendulum, I can say, because I'm in resonance with it, I can say, show me no. And a standard motion for a pendulum that's, just inactive or answering you negative is just forward and backwards motion. Now, I can say, please show me yes. And typically, the answer is something different if you're in resonance with the pendulum. In this case, it's going the other way, going in a circle instead of a straight line. So the reason that we ask permission when we go near a sacred site or an earth doorway, an earth portal, is we need to establish resonance with that thing. And that's really the secret to most mysticism, is resonance. If you want to exchange information or exchange energy with something else, you have to achieve a resonance with it. So if you go to a doorway or a site and you don't ask permission, whether or not you're going to get anything out of that experience is depending on whether or not you're in resonance with the site. You may already be in resonance with the site, in which case even the stones could have messages for you. But as a matter of protocol and as a matter of reminding us, because we tend to forget things, it's a good idea to establish permission. And that puts you in resonance with the site. You're addressing the site, may I approach, may I do some ceremony here, etc. I don't really remember any case where I've approached a site and the answer was no. Usually, in metaphysical things regarding your intention, if the answer is no, what ends up happening is strange things will happen in the environment. You know, a strong breeze may come up, or people may come around you who aren't in your party, and they're sort of mulling around a bit, and you know, just distractions, different things like that. You could qualify those as a no in terms of permission. And you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that you know, you're not allowed to interact with the site. That just could mean the time isn't right. There's other people around, you're not prepared, you're not clear enough in your intention, all those kinds of things. So for me, the two keys are, when you receive information, you have to test it. I think even the Bible says that you would try by testing, that you know what the will of God is, that which is good, well-pleasing, and perfect. So we always want to examine the thing that we're in front of and really look at it and not just take everything at face value, especially from another human being. And then regarding the sacred sites and the energy portals, the thing is that our intention is clear, that we're not there just for ourselves, but we're there to establish harmonics, harmonies, agreements, help energy to flow. Those are very good intentions. And that for any of that to work requires us to really be in resonance with that thing. Because if we're not in resonance with it, we're not exchanging any energy, any information, any consciousness. Hope that helped.